Hello students, welcome to our 10th class, and in today's class we are going to be learning how to attach the circular handle which we made in the 8th class to our beaded bag. Let's start with the first method. Now the first way to attach, I like to call it the cross attachment, because we are simply going to be attaching using our normal circle of 4. So it's basically like joining two pieces. Okay, the class that we had on how to join two pieces, the 5th class, so it's basically the same. So my bag, I'm just trying to find my midpoint here on the lid of my bag, and as you can see that my midpoint there, I found it, and that midpoint is having a total of 4 beads, right? And we are going to match up those 4 beads and attach it. So I've inserted my fishing line into the front bead of the handle. Then I'm going to pick up 1 bead. Then I'm going to insert it into the front bead of the lid of our bag. So here I'm using my safety pin to pull it out. The safety pin was quite weak, so, and I had no idea where I had thrown my needle. So you just pull that fishing line out, then you make sure that all the fishing lines are equal, and then you're going to pick up 1 more bead and you are simply going to cross. So we have our first attachment down. Now we are going to move to the second bead of the 4 beads, right? So I said we have to attach all those 4 beads, the one on the back and the one on the handle. So I'm going to move my fishing line into the next bead of the following bead of that circle of 4, and then I am going to do the same thing for the handle. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the handle. I'm going to move my fishing line into the following bead on the handle. Please make sure you're matching up your beads. Make sure that all your beads, they match up, okay? And I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I am going to cross with that bead. Now we are going to repeat the exact same thing. You're going to insert your fishing line into the following bead again. That is the 3rd bead of those 4 beads. You're going to insert your fishing line into the 3rd bead on the lid of our bag, or the top of our bag. Then we are going to insert our fishing line into the 3rd bead on the handle of our bag. When you've done that, you just pick up 1 bead and you're going to cross, okay? So you just need 4 beads to be able to complete this attachment, just 4 beads. Then what we are going to do next is, we don't need to attach any more beads, so I'm just going to insert my fishing line into the 4th bead, into the 4th and the last bead on the handle. Then I'm going to insert my fishing line on the lid into the last bead, right there. So my fishing line was twisted. I just snipped it at an angle so that it's going to be nice and sharp. So I'm just inserting my fishing line there, and I'm going to pull it out with my needle. So what we want right now is for both fishing lines to meet in one spot, okay? We want both of the fishing lines to meet in one spot, and when all of them meet in that one spot, you're simply going to tie it. And as you can see, I just tied it. Just the first time is already making it nice and firm and very strong, okay? So as always, I'm going to tie it 2 times, because that's how I like to tie mine. So I just double knotted it, okay? So, and just like that, your first method of attaching your handle is finished. As you can see, it was very easy to do. And yeah, so let us move on to how to attach it with the second method. Okay, we are still using our same test subject, this bag. So I'm going to find the midpoint. It's the exact same midpoint that we used for the first method, and I'm going to attach my fishing line into the bead facing forward, that bead right there, and I am going to basically start building a mat. I'm going to start building a mat, like a 1-row mat. Okay, so I'm going to insert 1 bead into the fishing line on my left, 1 bead into the fishing line on my right, and then I'm going to cross with 1 bead. So for this method, I like to call it the loop over method, because we are going to build, basically going to build a 1-row mat for long. We are going to build a long 1-row mat that we are going to be able to loop it around the handle. So I'm going to show you guys in a moment. So I'm just going to continue building my 1-row mat. I believe I did a total of 6, but let us just continue. Okay, so right there I have just 4, and as you can see, this is what I mean by loop over. So we need that mat to go in the middle of our handle, like so. It's going to act as an anchor of sorts. Okay, so mine is not long enough, and I'm going to attach it right at the back right there. So mine isn't long enough. I'm just going to continue building that our 1-row mat. So I had a total of 6 for the 1-row mat, and when I felt that it was okay for me to do the attachment, I went ahead and attached it. So I just picked up 1 bead on the fishing line on my right, then insert it into the adjacent bead, or the last bead at the back of the bag right there. So that's the last bead there. Then I just picked up another bead and I tied it all together. So we are just trying to make the fishing lines to meet as always. So you're picking up 1 bead and we are going to tie it together so that all the fishing lines are going to meet in one spot. And when you're done, this is how it's going to look like. Your handle has been attached, so you could do even a 2-row mat to loop over the back. It's still going to work just well, just fine. So yeah, that's basically it. Tell me in the comment section which of the methods you prefer to attach your round handle. And yeah, like I said, that's it. I'm going to see you students in our 11th class.